they're kind of not that. We'll go right into it. They're not that marquee team.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Boston. I said for the NBA. I mean, it's kind of two teams, and you can flip a coin. It's
Yeah.
LA. It's LA and Boston.
Those were the
your
two
teams.
that I was like for sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they started with Bill Russell. He had
Yeah.
11 championships.
Yeah,
I think they won 6 straight.
Yeah, 6 or 7 in a row.
So absolutely wild. They have 17 total.
Mm-hmm.
They had the other era with Garnett, and then Paul Pierce.
Ray Allen, Rondo.
So like they were solid for like the 2008
yeah.
to 2010 ish.
Yeah, they built that big three. Kind of the first big three.
Yeah,
that was like the big one. Yeah.
That's what I remember from growing up was them.
Yep.
Obviously the Lakers.
Yeah,
they
Kobe and
Shaq, Magic Johnson era, the Kareem era.
Yeah.
So they've
just been good,
solid teams, and technically with LeBron too. So they did win. So.
Well, it's funny too because I feel like Boston kind of has had that like up and down. Like they were bad for like before the 2008, like the mid 2000 teams.
They had Shaq.
Nothing great. The Lakers are always
they've always been good.
So I don't know if you really want to like because I think the Lakers have one less championship. I think is what it is.
From what I looked up, they're both at 17.
Yeah,
so
I was gonna say I know it's close.
Because I think if you count the 2020 with LeBron, so I think that's how he gets to 17.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I don't know. It's kind of a toss up. I think the Lakers probably edge it a little bit.
Well, honestly,
based off of names,
I would say the Lakers because when you think of the Lakers, it's more of a brand than the Celtics are.
That's what I mean.
So I would agree with you there.
And then there's other teams like the Bulls. I mean, obviously you have Michael.
I think the Bulls are only
the 90s.
popular.
Like the 90s.
It's because of Jordan.
100%.
If Jordan plays for any other team, then they're popular.
Yeah,
so it's
kind
of
they
are
the Jordan
but
era, and that's it. But obviously, like the impact of Jordan.
That's
with the shoes and.
I mean, the same thing with the brand. People wear the Bulls logo just because.
Michael Jordan.
So the only one that I was kind of thinking about was the Warriors. Yeah, just because of how good they've been.
Yeah,
I mean, the 73 wins, I'm pretty sure they had.
Yeah.
I mean,
they lost
the record.
Finals,
but still.
No, 100%.
Like,
they've been a recent season.
That's
definitely a recent
that's
bias,
yes.
But they've definitely, you could throw the Knicks in there.
I did, but I didn't know. But the only thing I think about is Madison Square Garden. Yeah. Like when I think of the Knicks, personally.
The fact that they can't get past the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think of, but.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I could see all those teams having like a kind of an argument, but it really
is. It's a Celtics. Those are like the premier too.
The Magic Bird, then Kobe and Paul Pierce, and then they just keep going, and they just don't. They win everything, and they have a million different championships.
I agree with you.
All right, which sport do you want to go to next?
We're gonna end on the NHL.
Okay, so let's do like one that you. So we'll do one that you don't like. We'll do the NFL. We'll keep the one you do know, and then you don't know. So we'll do the NFL.
Okay.
Your teams that you like.
Honestly, I kind of struggled with this one.
Me too, because I kind of thought like you have the past of the Cowboys and 49ers.
Yep, that's where I was at.
Okay, because I kind of thought that way. I was like, they're both.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
The Cowboys, I can see like people do wear that brand. The 49ers,
not really.
Like when the 49ers are good, they come out.
Well, yeah.
But that's kind of anything. I mean, you look at like the Seahawk fans travel super well. I'm not saying we are not the.
We are a good fan base.
We are a great fan base, but we are not the marquee team. In the NFL. No way.
No.
I mean, you have like Patriots.
See, but that same thing, like I was saying with the Bulls, it's Tom Brady.
But they kind of. I mean, they have the most. Like,
I know.
I think that's the difference to me is
that's what's so
have
difficult.
All the records,
but the Steelers do too.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what they're tied.
Yeah, and the Steelers do have the terrible towel, and
that's where I struggled with this one.
That's a tough one. I mean, you could say the Chiefs are getting up there now.
I threw in the Packers too.
Yeah, they are definitely.
Just because they won the first 2 Super Bowls and they've had 2 Hall of Fame. We're going to. They have Favre and Rodgers, who's most likely going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. So, and they both won Super Bowls.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to think that there isn't, but I would say it's probably the Cowboys.
I feel like it's just because, and they have, America's team.
Yeah,
so
that's what I mean. And it's a huge stadium. They pump money.
Yeah.
It's just it's hard because it reminds me of kind of like what we said with kind of like the Knicks. Where they're a big team, but they really just don't. Everyone makes jokes. Oh yeah, have you ever seen a Super Bowl?
It's always their year.
And it's just. I get it. You got to be a good fan. You got to be positive. You got to be, encouraging and ready to go. But
yeah,
I think you're right. I would my guess is I would say the Cowboys. It'd probably be Cowboys Steelers, just to give you two different divisions.
Yeah. It's
Packers
tough.
are like iconic just because they're the Packers, and they're kind of one of those teams that's just always. They're kind of like the Lakers. They're just always in it.
Yeah.
Steelers again though, they're kind of always in it too.
Yeah, I mean they've had good. I mean they have like the Steel Curtain days with their defense. They were nasty.
And then you have. We grew up Troy Polamalu and all them. Like that was.
I mean, Big Ben, he was good. Yeah. Like they were competitive pretty much the entire time they were there. So, yeah, I mean he did steal a Super Bowl away from us, but we don't need to. Yeah, we don't need to delve too far into that.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, what a guy.
Yeah, the NFL. I don't know if there is like one. Because like the Lakers Celtics stands out.
Yeah.
The Cowboys would have to be your.
I feel like that's the most.
Or the 49ers, but I feel like it's hard for me to give it to a West Coast team because there's so much like East Coast bias. It just is. I don't care what anyone says. No one watches the Mariners. Yes, because they're on at 10 o'clock in the East Coast, which I understand.
Well, we did beat the Yankees yesterday, so
get some.
Yeah,
Nixie.
I already talked to him.
Did you?
Yeah.
But so I think that they're off. It's hard to just be like, oh yeah. I mean, I know this year the 49ers are going to probably be the favorites out of the NFC.
Yeah.
But that doesn't. I mean,
I know
they just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. It's a weird one. But I would probably be confident just saying the Cowboys.
If I had to choose, I'd probably agree because I just don't think there's anyone else that makes.
Patriots have been but again now they're going to be so bad. Like they don't have. I don't know who's their quarterback.
Drake May.
Yeah, May.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they just drafted Drake May.
Interesting times.
Yeah, their coach. Belichick's actually like been at the UW a bunch. You know that. So his kid.
Well, wasn't his son coaching him?
Yes, his kid got a job, and Pete Carroll's kid.
Oh.
So it's like Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick at UW, which is first off disgusting. Second off,
could be great.
This is it would never be good. Nope, never be good. No.
UW's better than.
Well, that's not saying much.
Well, be better.
We try.
Oh, you're just not good. It's okay. Central is the best. Let me just make sure we put that out there. Go Wildcats.
Anyway, all right, baseball.
There is one team that you have to agree that's number one. Yeah, I hate it, but
the only other one in my head that I was like you could argue is the Cardinals. They have the second most championships. They've had big name players.
Yep.
For the most part, I know recently they've been kind of being, I don't know why they aren't.
Well, they were good in like the 2000s and early 2010s.
Yeah.
But after that, no, not really.
They won a bunch. Obviously, they kind of ran into out of nowhere, the San Francisco Giants, who just were like good for 5 years.
Every other year.
Yeah, for 5 years. It was weird. They won like 3 or whatever. So, yeah, it's the Yankees, stupidly enough. Yeah. You could throw in again.
I threw in the Red Sox and Dodgers. Is where I was.
Cubs would be an interesting one.
I had the Cubs. No, only one that I think deserves a shout out is the Braves, just because they are technically the oldest team.
Yeah,
and they've had like the '90s where they were
dominant,
pitching and everything. Yeah, and then they've been good right now. So
they're very good right now. Yeah, that's completely fair. I mean, I don't think obviously they're the Yankees.
No.
I think Boston is more famous because of the Yankees.
Yeah, and I think they have Fenway Park, so I think that's a good aids
one,
Boston a lot.
I just think if the Yankees were not that good, Boston would not be no one would care as much.
Yeah,
because I think that rivalry really sparks baseball a lot.
Oh, for sure.
The Cubs, old team, I think they were famous because they couldn't win forever.
Yeah,
and then they won whatever it was 100+ years or whatever the heck it was. It took forever.
I think it was 108, but that's
it took a long time. Welcome to the Mariners.
We're getting there.
We're trying.
We're doing our best.
Yeah, I think baseball's kind of an easy one. It's just the Yankees. It's kind of dumb.
I think so.
Okay, and then now this is the interesting one because I'm not gonna say I know the NHL.
Yeah.
But I've definitely watched a couple of like documentaries and like ESPN 30s or whatever.
Yeah.
And there are two teams, excuse me, that to me scream like these are the top teams in hockey. But I want to hear what you have to say first.
Yeah, well, let's just start off. I don't know hockey.
That's the best part.
I tried. Honestly, I did a little bit of research, but dude, I don't know. What I was kind of thinking, I wouldn't say this is like the Marquee team, but the Canadians have the most Stanley Cup wins.
Okay.
So I feel like they deserve something
Sure.
for that.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, and then I was thinking of the Penguins recently, with Sidney Crosby. Yeah. And then honestly, other than that, I really don't know. Okay. There's like the Bruins and Blackhawks were kind of on there, but I think it's Gretzky played for the Oilers, yep. So that was one thing that I was like maybe, but honestly, like I just don't know enough to even. I'm not qualified. No, so like I tried, but I just don't know the sport well enough in the history.
Yeah, no, I think you're fine. For honestly, I think you're missing one team, which I know is written down because I can see it, but I haven't kind of say it.
Oh, the Rangers?
No.
Oh,
the Red Wings.
Oh, Red. See, yeah, I said they've been good historically.
To me, have been like if you look up, I think it was like they won it in like the super early, like the 50s or whatever, and then they won it again. It was the late 90s to the 2000s. I think they won 3.
Oh, okay. Sure.
And then they won it. I think they won a couple more. The Avalanche are another.
That's been recently, hasn't it?
Famous one. No. Like,
okay, I know they've been good recently.
It was the Avalanche. And they have a huge rivalry. I think it's the Red Wings. Yeah, Red Wings.
Oh, okay.
Avalanche rivalry. It's like worse than the Yankees ball. Like
wow.
It's they don't like each other.
Nice.
Like it's getting into more. It's like European soccer. If like Liverpool plays Manchester United, not even that. Like Celtic plays Rangers, which is up in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
The fans are literally not even allowed to enter in this same. Like they have to be on this side and this because they will literally fight each other.
It's impressive.
The Avs and Red Wings are probably the closest you can get to that in America. They do not like each other.
I like it.
I think the Avs, they haven't won a bunch, but they are just kind of historically a really well-known team. The Blackhawks are another one. They've won a lot. The thing with the Canadians, you're not wrong. I think that they are definitely.
I just don't like they've been good recently, like at all.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. But
same with like the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're a really old school winning team. But yeah, I would probably say the Red Wings.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, honestly, that's not that bad then. I did okay.
You did fine. I think you did fine. I think the Canadians is kind of a tricky one, just because like if you look at this, like 64 to 69, they won 4 in a row or something like that. Then in I don't even know. It's like the Maple Leafs. They won a million forever ago, and it's like, who cares? The Canadians again, 52 to 60. They won 6 of them, so it's like
so a long time ago.
Yeah, so it's kind of one of those things where you look at and you're like,
I mean, you could argue that same thing with the Yankees, though.
Yeah, so. Well, you need Bill Russell and the Celtics. It's like, he's 7'3". Everyone else is 5'2". No doubt you're going to win a couple games. But yeah, I mean, like the Islanders have always been kind of good up and down, but there's just hockey's one. I feel like one of those sports where the teams that are historically Canadians, the Maple Leafs, they haven't won it recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was pretty good actually. I don't know. Again, we're not the biggest hockey people. Hockey is very new to our area. So we are learning just as much as anyone.
For sure.
I'm following the playoffs. I'm very excited. Dallas plays the Oilers, which I'm very excited for because my cousin's a huge Dallas fan. So that'll be a good series. And then the other side is Florida versus.
That's a great question.
Dang, I should know this. Florida, is it New York? I think it's New York. Boom, New York. I knew
nice.
It. Which is funny because Florida just played, I think it was New Jersey. No, there's the New York Rangers and the New York Islanders. Mm-hmm. And they both play at Madison Square Garden, so Florida's literally playing at Madison Square Garden again, but against a different team.
That's fun.
Kind of weird. But yeah, so we can talk hockey if you guys want us to. You have to kind of let us know down in the comments or whatever if you can.
I'm going to need some help.
Well, he'll definitely need some. We're just going to learn. I mean, that's like
I'm always down to learn.
In a couple weeks, we're definitely going to go over the Euros, which we're going to talk European soccer. It's a big tournament, and I'm going to ask you questions because I know about it.
Should I be on the team? Yes. That's the only question you need to ask.
Okay.
Just wait.
Which team? Which team do you want to be on?
I'm going to be on Liverpool.
Okay, well, they're not playing.
Well, darn. I tried.
It's countries.
Europe. I'm just
Europe
kidding. No, I'm kidding. I know.
He wants to be a teacher, guys. So
hey, I'm gonna be one.
Don't do geography.
Yeah, I'm studying that right now. I don't know.
Right. But so yeah, you guys have to kind of let us know if you want us to talk about certain things because we're more than happy to take what you guys have and talk about them. I mean, I'll learn about whatever and try.
As long as it's baseball, just kidding.
As long as it's sports is a better way to put it because I don't want to talk about some other weird things.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Thanks for watching the Kind of Athletic podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe on all of our social medias, and we will see you next week.